Alright. How's it going, boys? I've been away for a while, haven't I? Yeah, I was just kind of chilling, cause you know I know I'm gonna go really hard, so I was just kind of chilling. I took at least one day too many. But yeah, anyway, we're just a bit over a day away. We're gonna get some coaching from Meteor later today. Well, it's more like we're just gonna ask him some questions. So, but that'll be later. And I figured maybe we can do a little theory crafting before. Questions for Woody Joe. Why is life so hard? Alright, that's question number 1. Alright. You need a build. This game's a theme park. You don't need a build, bro. Just do whatever. You must be a Diablo player, right? Yeah, as a Path of Exile player, we come into the game methodical with a plan for success. But yeah, obviously, if you are a Diablo player, you can do whatever you want, right? The way I like to have fun is by coming in with a plan, knowing what to do, how to do it, executing it, and not dying, clearing all the content, beating other people. It'll be fun. That's how I like to have fun. So that's my mission. So to that end, we've organized a group of 4 of the best players in the game. Well, in PoE. I don't know how that will translate to Diablo 4. Probably won't. Maybe it will. I don't know. We'll see. I think Noogie used to push Diablo. I've played a little bit, but I never pushed. What's up, bro? You gonna go for the 100 hardcore challenge? Yep. If I don't get on the statue thingy, I will literally retire from streaming. It's probably not even a meme. Dude, how shit would I have to be? Nice shot, right? To be fair, I have heard that level 100 is between 30 and 70 hours. So it is pretty quick. It's not quick, but it's not, you know, it'll be done pretty quick. Yeah, it's one stream. It's a literal one stream push. Have you decided what class you're playing? Yeah, so I will be playing a Sork. It is one of the easier classes to play. It has a smooth time leveling. It has multiple viable leveling builds and endgame builds. I personally think it'll be easy. And that's perfect for me, because I suck. From what I've been told as well, Barb is very reliant on Whirlwind. So Khan is going to be a Whirlwind Barbarian, I'm positive. So I'll probably take a look at that, because I would like to understand my teammates' builds as well. I spoke in error and need to correct the record. The Service Land build was not 0.9, but actually a version of the day 1 build. There will be very few changes. Sorry for the confusion. And this is in response to saying you will see balance changes. I mean, he said there will be changes, and then he said, never mind. There'll be like basically nothing. So, current plan, obviously, Khan on Whirlwind Barb, Noogie doing something on Druid. Obviously, Pulverize is an option, but he could also look into... What is the utility that everyone talks about on a Druid? What is the, like, Poggy Woggy's exciting Roars? I mean, he has one singular Roar. Is that it? Like, this one singular... I mean, that's okay, but... So there's a chance to stun on Earth Spike. There's vulnerable on Wind Shear. Immobilize. And Vuln on Storm Strike. Enemies who are knocked back are... So you get slow... Vuln... So slow, Vuln, stun, immobilize. Poison enemies take additional critical damage. Oh, is the... Okay, so they run Creeper and Envenom. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, okay. So that's just 30%. That's like a multiplier on your crits, right? Like it's a critical strike multiplier. I'm just gonna trust that Noogie knows what he's doing. I mean, I played a Druid, I geared a Druid, I did all the content in the beta on a Druid, but all the content in the beta is literally butcher, that's it. I didn't get to try the boons, I didn't get to try the keystones, I barely got to play around with any passives. I'm just gonna trust that Noogie knows what he's doing. Noogie's 5-head, right? I actually believe that defense in Diablo 4 works exactly the same way as D3. So if you guys are familiar with last season, you'll be familiar with an item on Sorceress or Wizard or whatever called Karini, Halo of Karini. The way this item worked is it provided you with 80% damage reduction. So if an enemy would hit you for 100,000, it now hits you for 20,000, right? The caveat is you had to have been nearby an enemy for it to proc, for it to zap. Like, let me describe it in PoE terms. So the problem with D3 and why cheat death kind of works in that game is because in PoE, to give you a similar example, I'm just saying this in case you are familiar with Path of Exile. Imagine if you needed to walk nearby an enemy for your resistances to turn on. Like, if you are not nearby Shaper, you have 0 cold res. If you have not been nearby Awakener, you have 0 fire, cold, lightning, chaos res. Like, does that make sense? So, essentially this is the way Diablo 3 and it seems Diablo 4 is balancing the defenses. It's conditional uptime of a massive damage reduction. Question mark? Yeah, so you might be confused. What I'm basically trying to say, so basically, let's say you're a barbarian, right? Let's look at Barb, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you are playing a barbarian and you don't use, let's say you let, what's the big dick shout that gives you Giga DR? Yeah, this one. If you let Challenging Shout fall off, you will instantly get one shot. That's basically what's gonna happen in D4. And the same is probably true for Druid. Like if you let your X thing fall off, same is true for Sork. If you try to fight an enemy that is not burning, you will get one shot. I don't know about Necromancer or Rogue, but I assume they have something similar. Do rogues have some sort of like giga damage reduction? Yeah, they do, right? They have, rogues have it too. It's the swirly boys, right? Yeah. If you don't have Dark Shroud, it's poison. Yeah. If you don't have these buffs up, you will literally get one shot. If you don't burn the enemy, you instantly get one shot. Yeah. Crep was talking about this quadric because one of the most popular builds, Arclash, runs Meteor. The reason it runs Meteor is for damage and immobilize, and more importantly, for the burn. The problem is Meteor has a huge delay because you have to 1, proc it, 2, wait for it to land. Now, for damage, this is not the end of the world because this will be up on tankier targets, give you the immobilize, and there's a damage passive that increases the crit damage of enemies taken if they're immobilized. So this is fantastic for single target, but the problem is that what you just said. When you don't have a burn on a target, they will one-shot you, and Meteor is not reliable. Crip was saying it's hard to justify using this in softcore. So in hardcore, you cannot use this. Like, I'm pretty confident this is dog shit in hardcore. And you have to replace this with Fireball for a reliable, burn. But it's all interesting, right? It's all fascinating. I mean, I'm slowly, like, learning how the game works. Obviously, I didn't get access to the endgame beta bullshit, the access to the press release or whatever. But I'm slowly piecing together how the game works. You basically just want to have as much sources of DR as possible, with as much uptime as possible. Build diversity? No, I wouldn't say build diversity lol. I would say a meta is developing. It's not there yet, but there is definitely the, you know, the sproutings of a meta developing. There always will be. I mean, in anything ever. Like, when I take a shit and I have to, like, put the toilet roll on, there's a meta for, like, out or, you know, against the wall or out of the wall. Was it top down or some shit? You know, there's metas in all facets in life, chat. Over under, yeah. Yeah, I'm a over Andy. I was also talking to Ziz about this because it was his first time looking at the Paragon board. And the Paragon board, I think you guys will like if you haven't looked at it already. Like, optimizing the board is it's a thing. Like, it won't be like so simple. I wish Crip go over the Sork one so much. Yeah, I actually think this is similar to the Path of Exile skill tree in that there's a problem to solve and it's not obvious what it is, like how to solve it. Like, there's a lot of min-maxing and optimization with the tree. Did you get paid to say the things you were saying? Okay, Blizzard f***ed me. So no, Blizzard, they f***ed me. They f***ed me so hard. They don't like me and I don't like them. I don't get any of the special privileges. Right? They didn't give me any of the cool. They didn't even ask. Oh shit! They don't like me. I'll play their game because they got me by the balls. I shouldn't, but I love Diablo too much. God damn it! I love Diablo too much. say what you will about Diablo versus PoE, but there is no contest between GGG and Blizzard. There's no anyone who it's crazy if you prefer Blizzard to GGG. Is it annoying that I have to have a 5-minute conversation saying I'm not a fan of Blizzard to just qualify that I think they designed the Paragon board well? But I guess every compliment I have to give Blizzard, I then have to qualify it with 5 minutes of shit talking. Is that how we're gonna do the stream? Like, yeah, I actually really like the enchantment system. Also, Blizzard. Oh, here it is. Oh, in honor of D4. In honor of D4. Don't hate me, Chris. Oh shit. We're D4 Andes now, boys. Oh shit. Wait, what the f is this emote? Oh, I am not adding this. Well, I am not adding this, dude. But yeah, anyway, if you guys haven't seen the Paragon board, I was showing this off to Ziz at like 4 in the morning, and he was impressed. So this is the complexity. Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? If you've not seen this before, so you have a starting board. This is basic generic shit, right? Nothing too spicy. But it does introduce you to the idea of you have your basic nodes, your magic nodes, your rare nodes, and your glyph slot. So glyph slot, there's 20 glyphs. The glyphs themselves level up. These level up from doing nightmare sigils, and there are 20 glyphs for every class, as far as, well, at least for Sork. I haven't actually looked at the other classes, but there are an array of glyphs, and the way these work is when you socket them in, you have a bonus and then an additional requirement if you meet the requirement. And so if you look at Turf, for example, if you get 25 strength within the radius, you will then unlock the additional bonus of 10 DR against close enemies. You also then stack more strength to get an additional bonus. When you level it up, 2 things happen. At 15, it gets bigger, so you now can get more, you can get more of the stat, you can stack more of the stat. And it also gets stronger, so it went from 2 to 7.6, all the way up to 20, which is 9.6. What gets interesting is what hole you put them in, because obviously different slots are going to have different attributes, and then not all glyphs give you a static 5 bonus strength. One of them, this one for example, gets a bonus to the nodes within it. So all magic nodes get a massive bonus. You could get, I don't know if there's one for rare. I think there is, yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. So the slot you put the glyph in matters a lot, and then obviously the nodes within the glyph slot matter. Now you might be like, okay, that's simple enough, right? If you want strength, you just grab strength in the thing, right? Bing bong, you just grab all the strength, blah 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 blah, right? But this is where it gets cool. You then have board attachment gates, and each of these boards is different. It's its own unique thing. It has its own entry point, so where you enter from matters. You can rotate the board. I didn't even know you could rotate the board. Oh shit! This is basically Wilson. This is basically Wilson now. Oh, that's so cool! I didn't even know you could rotate the board. I don't know if you actually would, but I know Ziz was looking at doing something like this because he thought it looked cool. But you could do something like this, like just as an example. Oh shit! No way! Your actual patch notes? Okay, hold the phone. We documented every skill change made to skills, which is now available for preload. So this critical strikes with core skills increase attack speed by 5 seconds, so they buffed it. While call the agents on your action bar, damaging enemies with leap, blah blah blah, has a chance to summon an ancient. They removed the 5-second thing. Doesn't that, so they buffed Barb. Pog? Cataclysm has more lucky hit and lasts longer. This is good because this sucked before. I mean, this is kind of nothing. I mean, I guess it's just buffs. I guess it's nice. Is Rogue good late game? I have no idea. From what I have seen, Rogue is like on the same level as Sork, give or take. It has some things that it's better at, some things that it's worse at. Like I think it goes Barb and Druid, like very similar, with Whirlwind obviously being better, but like still overall very similar. And then you go down a massive tier to Sork and Rogue. And then I don't know where Necromancer lies. I don't know. Yeah, Rob said Sork would be his second pick. So that kind of makes me, that kind of gives me hope. Necro is bad, Necro is insane. Yeah, I've heard Necro is either the worst class in the game or like one of the best classes in the game. It's either like dog shit or badass. I don't know. See, the problem is the people saying it are like, I don't know how much I trust them. Cause Gazzy has, I'm pretty sure when Gazzy was born, he didn't identify, like he wasn't a male, he wasn't a female, he was a fucking necromancer. He just came out of the womb a necromancer. So, I don't know if his opinion is like tainted. And then the other guy, Macro, is one guy, you know? I don't know. Did you just one guy Macro? Yeah. I guess we'll see. We'll see on launch. I don't think it's... I don't know. I don't know. No movement skill. Yeah, no movement skill's a problem. I mean, all the necromancers agree no movement skill's a problem. Do you guys think having 2 Sorks, Barb, and a Druid is a good 4-man? Because I think there's synergy there I'm not sure if it works or not, but I think there's some potential synergy there. Why 2 Sork? Good question. So Barb and Druid is obvious. Druid provides a bunch of utility to the group and is just generally strong. And Barbarian is literally the best build in the entire game. And then 2 Sorks. The idea is Barb and Druid are shit early game. The first like 10 hours are gonna kind of suck. And you're gonna have an easier time with 2 Sorks carrying. It like really does a lot of heavy lifting early game. It just, you know, it's just strong early game. So that makes your early game much easier. And then afterwards, in terms of end game, Sork does provide debuffs. And Sorks also have a thingy. Where is it? Yeah, I'll probably put this on an amulet. But this aspect, apparently, each effect is a multiplier. And I think with the Barb and the Druid, and then 2 Sorks, you'll have the ability to have all 3 up for damage. And what this means is both Sorks can run this and get massive damage multipliers off each other. Furthermore, our enchants can work because one of us can make everything burning all the time with the Firebolt enchantment, and so we only need one of us to run that enchant. And then the other can run the Fireball enchant for more AoE clear. I also had a question. Does this work if someone else freezes an enemy? Because if that works, then Ziz can essentially use me to do damage by using his frozen, his Frost Nova. I believe so. Yeah, so this is the idea, right? In terms of just raw clear speed, if I use Frost Nova, Ice Shards Conjure, which kill enemies, and I can run Shatter as well to multiply the AoE, and then when they die, they will also explode in a fireball from Ziz's fireball enchant. And then when that's like when I Frost Nova, then Ziz can also Frost Nova, causing them to get frozen, which again causes Ice Shards to conjure, which then also explodes in fireballs because of Ziz's fireball. So do you see how like 2 Sorks can work? Because you get the ability to get Burn, which every Sork needs, Ice Shard enchant, and 2 Frost Novas for 2 cooldowns. Don't Sorks get 2 enchants? Yeah, they do. Some of you guys is gonna die before level 50. Nah, I don't think any of us are gonna die. None of us are gonna die. We're somehow miraculously gonna beat everyone who practiced like religiously in the press release, and we're gonna win and get rank 1. You guys ready? To be honest with you, if we actually get rank 1, I'll eat a dick. I don't know. I'll be surprised, but I mean, the only thing that makes me confident we ever even have a shot is because Khan won't go to bed. Like he literally will do 100 in one go. I love that we have Khan on our team. Cause like me, Ziz, and Doogie were old men, but Khan's a machine. So, and he's playing Whirlwind Bob. So he's playing like this is a rare situation where Khan is playing the best build in the entire game, and Khan also doesn't sleep. IGN gave Diablo 3 a 9.5. IGN gave Diablo 4 a 9 out of 10. So apparently it's worse than D3 chat. Oh my god, are we really just adding all the anti-PoE emotes? Oh shit. Really? We're just adding them all? I personally have been waiting for D4 for a long time. I'm very excited. I think what helped me be excited for D4 was I had very low expectations for D4, extremely low expectations, and so when I played the beta, I was really happy. If your expectations were really high, then maybe they weren't met, but for me they were really low, and so they exceeded it. I think expectation is important thing to manage. Like, I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. I think I will enjoy D4 more than PoE 2 because my expectation for PoE 2, basically it has to cure cancer. D4 just had to like not be shit. So, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. It literally wouldn't surprise me. My expectation for PoE 2 is so high. I don't know if that makes any sense, because I do think PoE 2 will be a better game overall. But does that make any sense? Why would an expansion opinion be that high? Well, see, that's the beauty of it. Your expectation is it's an expansion. My expectation is it's revolutionary. Like, if PoE 2 feels like PoE 1, it would be disappointing. I expect it to be an overhaul. So, if PoE 2 is Overwatch 2, bruh.